What's going on, gamers? Oh, don't worry, Prince. I had to highlight this real quick. The jazz music in the background. Oh, you out on some of these Nintendo themed songs I'll be sharing. Yeah, oh, yeah. It's back. We got some more cartoony music because we're gonna need it. PMP is acting up. You know, he added me on PS5. We're cool, but man, he's been talking so much mess. And he's been on a pony rage lately. So let's go ahead and check him. Yeah. Starting right here. Let's start off. Let's zoom in a little bit for everybody. For those that are, you know, on mobile. Pony, sit down. Y'all been acting up like crazy, and I know it's just getting started. When Helldivers 2 does big numbers on Xbox, Sony will definitely be thinking about more than just gas games. It all depends on just how big it sells. PMPs is going on a spree. You guys are going to find this out in this video. We all know it's not going to sell. Well, we need to see what happens first. If it hits 1 million players, that would be very good for Xbox players. Giving Sony 1 million sales? What? Plus microtransactions and all that has potential to make 100 million on the Xbox. That's not light money. So, yeah, sit down. If that was the case, Sony wouldn't have put it on Xbox. The pony logic is crazy. Like I said, you have to test the waters. That is a perfect game to test a console for. PMP's just mad. You know, we're going to find out. Didn't sell that well on PlayStation either, Pony. It was majority played by us PC players. The PC version definitely sold a lot more. It was like, I think, a 65-45% ratio. And at one point, it was like 70... 30. That was one point it was like that, but yeah, PC definitely carried most of the weight. We're not done here though. That's just a little bit. Here we go. Everything is on the table to go over now, and I really think that Spider-Man is going to be the first big single-player game from Sony to ship on Xbox. This is what Matthew thinks. He comes on all my you know, videos supporting the video, commenting. I appreciate that, bro. And everybody else has supported me. Like, I know Alex and you guys, you have sent people my way before. This was a while ago. Just want to let you know I appreciate that. You guys are cool. And anybody else that supported me, even people I've had beef with, you know, I don't have my little beef with game stuff. Don't have no problem against them, you know what I mean? Same thing with Dirt and all of them. Wish them the best, you know what I mean? If we're grown enough, we can move all that stuff aside, and I can say something like this: drop my pride. I know my pride is a problem. Trust me, I know myself. But at the end of the day, it's all love, you know what I mean? And I can get the way I get because I'm a passionate, fiery being, and I care. You know what I mean? Like just fiery, man. Not everybody's like that, but that's who I am. But I'm a real unique individual. There'll be nobody like me. Perfect music. Let's get it going, though. Okay, so it's going to sell on Xbox despite having the smallest user base. Once again, user interest of Spider-Man and an American platform. Of course, I agree with you. Here comes PMP again. Oh, he's not here. Let's get off the camera. This is about PMP. Pony, sit down. I'll be back on the camera. Bro, get real. Xbox will say it should have came years ago. That's the reason they aren't buying it, just like Final Fantasy 16. Oh, you know he had to throw shots at y'all. And y'all know how I am, man. I'm about this salt farm, and I know y'all like me doing this. You want me to only do these videos. Trust me, I know all this. I gotta grow the algorithms too. So PMP, shut your punk ass up, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it for y'all, just like Final Fantasy 16. Bro, but there's still some people that deserve to get those experiences. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many, you know, you think it is or not. I still would like to get as many gamers. Like, for example, you know when you care about something, you want everybody to experience it as much as possible? Even if it is 200, 300, 400,000. That's still a lot of people. So, that's the way I see it, though. You bots don't buy games. Well, you guys didn't buy Astro Bot. Just waiting on that Game Pass welfare drop. It's PMP. I tell y'all, he be talking a lot of shit. Guys, he been talking shit. Just let me tell y'all, man, y'all can't be letting this stuff take you personal. Look, he's been talking shit to me on literally like every PlayStation video for like 7 straight months. Do you see me like reporting? No, I'm about finna do all that, man. Bring it on, man. Let's go. Come on, bro. Bring your punk ass on in this video, because PMP's finna be there and he's gonna be talking shit. One thing I like about PMP is he's not soft, but he do be talking a lot of mess though. he backs up PlayStation. I'm gonna tell you, it's pretty funny to me, but I'm not gonna take it to heart like that. You know what I mean? Because I know this. He's just talking mess and he stays in the field. He don't be going off track. That's why we got each other added on PlayStation, though I haven't been on there in a while. But you see, I can beef and it can be cool. J-Tech, it's cool, man. But let's keep going though. PMP, that's what I said. They were making a big deal about the Final Fantasy 16 being the 4th highest selling game for every month it dropped on Xbox. So my thing is, I understand what people are saying about this, and hear me out, guys. Just because something is fourth on Xbox does not mean it even sold more than 10,000 copies. I've been in debates with people about this already, so yes, I get it. But that's not the point. The point is that more people on another platform are going to get to experience the game. And eventually those people will probably move to the PC, right? And there'll be more PC players supporting things in the Xbox app world. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, these companies need to profit. If they really looked at the Xbox that way, and just hear me out on this, they wouldn't even bother. But I think these companies say they want any amount of extra profit that they can get. So that's my thing on that. Sweet T's always there too. Cool person. Like I said, don't got no problem with you, Sweet T. Just clarifying that right on the air here. So you're talking what Kid Smooth said and applied it to everyone else who plays on Xbox, just like I thought. Zero logic or scientific intelligence. Matthew don't be caring. He be coming in here roasting people too. That is funny, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a let's see what PMP says here. Oh, guys, hear me out here. You think he's done commenting? No, we got another thread with him. Oh yeah, he's acting up, like I said. Bro, it was the 4th best-selling game on Xbox last month and still didn't make the top 20 NPD. While Death Stranding 2 was #1 on PlayStation and finished #2 overall with a month being on sale for 4 days. Xbox charts mean jack shit. Okay, so here's my thing. I got one correction here. The only reason Mario Kart was not higher than Death Stranding in the other game or whatever is because Nintendo did not include bundled sales, nor did they include digital. If we're going to take a look at the NPD charts, yeah, you can see the mark on there. Otherwise, Death Stranding would be #3. But, you know, I mean, still, that's fine. I plan on playing that game one day. I like Kojima games. And I know Death Stranding is a acquired taste. Let's be genuine, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm not going to say the game is boring or anything. No, if you break it in and really make it, it's worth it. And then you get to part 2, that's all worth it. But if there's some people that walked away because it's not for you, I understand. You know, even I struggled at times, but I wasn't gonna back off. But yeah, PMP, the thing with Final Fantasy is you just can't really expect that to happen. That's, to me, that makes sense. I don't think that's bad. It's common sense. Here we go again. Now he's talking shit to me. Are you ready? AGN on here talking about PlayStation. This is the funny thing about here, this comment right here. Again, how about you talk about Digital Foundry Switch 2, Cyberpunk 2077 Face Off, or PS4 Pro, Series S. Dude, I thought we already covered this. We did Cyberpunk multiple times. There's something new. I'll go check it out. Okay, I have no idea. I haven't even had the chance to get to Digital Foundry, except actually tonight, recently, that I got a video about a console war that gets very interesting. They're going to say some stuff that probably Xbox players are not going to like. But, I mean, Phil Spencer already admitted that. You know what I mean? And so did Nadalia. So I think things are going to be fine. But, yeah, as far as Cyberpunk, dude, that game is made from scratch, from the ground up. It's not even a port from the Nintendo Switch 2. They did it from scratch and only had a few months. Remember, I told you Nintendo gave people dev kits lately. So they made that game in like 2.5 months. All these other games had years to update. So you're seeing years of update and optimization versus the Switch from the ground up. Like, it's not really even a comparison. The only comparison is between the handhelds in that sense. And docked, I mean, I guess it could be compared to Series S. But at the end of the day, who cares, man? I'm not getting Nintendo to play Cyberpunk. Sorry, dude, I got Cyberpunk right here on my GOG. On PC with mods. The superior option, you know what I mean? Nintendo for me is mostly first party, unless it's third party games that are designed around that. Otherwise, I don't care. Switch 2 got absolutely destroyed. Yeah, okay, bro. Because Digital Foundry was just saying something about that. Anyways, let's keep going. Whoa, how bad was it? It was pretty bad. Xbox Series S curbed something to Switch 2. Even the base PS4 got some wins. I'm not taking this guy serious. ATN quick to jump in on other comparisons where when Switch 2 gets embarrassed by a 13-year-old console. Okay, dude, I don't care. Even if it did, I know what I covered with the Cyberpunk. I did the Steam Deck comparisons, all that. I did PS5, PS4 Pro comparison, Series S. What are you talking about? The DLSS was ahead. So to me, you're just full of shit because I know what I saw already. Oh my lord, man. Ain't nobody dodging anything, bro. I didn't even see what you're talking about. If there's a new video, you know what, PMP? This is ridiculous. Hold on. Hold on a second here. Digital Foundry. I'm just going to check real quick for y'all live on air. Cyberpunk console benchmarks, Switch 2. Okay, we're gonna check that out after I make this video. Whatever it is whatever it is, man, but okay, so what? Anyways, it did better than the PS4 and Pro. Series ran Cyberpunk better, 60 frames. That's what I thought it was always was. Yeah, this is nothing new to me. Of course, PNP is saying that, though. Oh, no, you do realize he has all consoles and plays on PC. Yeah, man. Hold on a second, though. Let me grab my control. PNP, it's okay, man. You guys are having it rough. Hang in there, man. And, you know, he's having it rough, too. We got some funny videos coming with him. Bro, you seem to not remember how he was all up the Switch 2's ass thinking it can hang with the Series S. You know what's so funny? Hold on a second, y'all. The dev came out and said it. Yes, the Nintendo Switch is expected to be able to run many games originally developed for the Xbox Series S, particularly those optimized for 60 frames per second. This is because the Switch 2's hardware is more comparable to the Series S than the original Switch, making porting easier. There was developers coming out saying the same thing. A recent developer recently just said that. I don't know who it was, but they came out and said that basically, and we've done this before, the GPU of the Series S is not better than the GPU on a Switch. They're not too far away. With DLSS, the Switch gets advantages. The Series S only has an advantage with the CPU. A lot of games are GPU oriented mostly. And you could take it portable. You're making this comparison the wrong way. You didn't get it. We were just saying that's the closest comparison. Cyberpunk co-developer says any 60 frames per second Xbox Series can be easily ported to the Nintendo Switch 2, despite the console being closer to PS4 in terms of raw performance, because that's what some people were talking about. Porting Series S games to Switch 2 should be easy, according to devs. Switch 2 GPU is slightly below Series S, says Outer Worlds 2 developer. Slightly, and that's without DLSS. Add in DLSS, it wins. So shut up, bro. Like, and my thing is, it's not about that. To me, it's about how are these first-party games are going to be. You guys are sitting over here talking about that, but Nintendo won, getting all caught up in all this nonsense, bro. It's not about power, man. Anyways, DLSS punches above its weight and has done very well for the Switch 2. Switch sells on its exclusives anyway, unlike Xbox or Sony. It's very true. Anyone who's bothered about Cyberpunk have played it now anyway. This is what I mean. You're crutching. Yeah, PNP, you're crutching. Yeah, you see? Yeah, he's looking for something. He has to grab his little third-party game that got made in 2.5 months on a Switch, which is doing exceptionally well, by the way. PNP, let me help you out, man. Let me help you out. Actually, you know what? We don't even need to do that. Everything is fine. You can check the shop for yourself. But we see he was acting up in this video, y'all. Right? Going down here. Nice troll video. I don't really care because the fail box has been ripped since 2013. Stay salty, Xbox boy toys. See, I'm telling you, this is stuff I be taking. That's what I be telling people. Y'all are saying what you're saying. Like, dude, people call me Xbox fanboys. I've been called a Nintendo fanboy. When I used to do PlayStation content, I was called a pony before, which I thought was funny. But I was like, dude, no, I just started my channel, and these are the games that are out that I want to focus on. I've been called a PC fanboy or PC elitist, all these type of little labels. But bring more stickers onto my book cover. I'm waiting. Put more on the surface of my book cover. I like they know me anyways. But yeah, so X-Boy Toys. If Sony's dumb enough to kill their console sales, man, this guy's salty. Like Xbox consoles are dead, then go for it. Man, somebody hurt your feelings, didn't they? Neck. Oh yeah, Pony. PlayStation. It's been a while though, 7 years. I think oh, Batman picture. Yeah, you're probably just butthurt all over the place. I'm not an Xbox fanboy, but I enjoyed the console moments I had. That's what I said 11 hours ago. See? Moments I had. I've been gaming since 1993, bro, and owned all systems. Played them all. Sega, everything. I love them all. I love my Dreamcast. I like to get as much gaming clears as possible. I enjoy farming this content as well, and ponies make it easy. Pony, sit down. He owns a PS5 and has over 50 platinums. That's right, I'm close to 60. He's a gamer, period. It's the typical pony coat meltdown. I get caught in Xbox daily, yet I've had PlayStation for most of my life. Yeah, you know, let me go ahead and give you guys your likes right here. Keep crying. Bro, why would anyone on PlayStation cope? We have the most powerful console, games coming from everyone, and make the most money. I mean, technically, in a way, yeah, vampiring off of third-party revenue, and then you report revenue. Like they say, Game Pass made $5 billion, but like, yeah, but that's revenue. What about profit, though? I'm not beating that down, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, but can you show me everything, though? Stop hiding stuff from me. So this stuff you're talking about, bro, when Sony said they had like a record-breaking, what was it, like 12 billion revenue for that quarter, but they took less than $1 million for profit. And I'm not throwing anything at Game Pass. I'm just giving an example. It's the same thing. You said revenue though. You didn't say profit made. Like when you take the expenses of first party and all these other things. Sony's revenue costs was high. Sony's revenue profit. Sony's revenue was definitely high, but their profit was so low because of how much it, you know, the operating stuff costs and everything else. But you guys weren't reading that. You just ran with the revenue. But as much as you thought when you look at the profit, third parties, they're taking mostly everything. And Sony still gets a lot though by just not doing anything. And that's the thing with the stuff this generation that you guys are not understanding. These high record profits that you're seeing are idle microtransaction fees and stuff like that they're getting, and they're adding all that in as a contribution. And then they're saying we made like this much, and it's like, not really, it's deceptive. If you actually see what they're doing, it's not what you think. And I mean, your first party games, your hardware, people buying stuff off of your shops, not all this, where 97% of the third party is doing all this. You're just sitting there. And you're saying, I did this and I'm making this much more than you. No, man, Nintendo's the real deal because everything they're doing is mostly from their heart and from their insides. Regardless of what people say, I'm saying they're the real deal inside. They know how to do it. They're not saying 90% of you aliens come hijack my console and take over, if you get what I mean. Third party, you know what I mean? Like third world's coming in and I'm taking over and I'm mastering your device. No, they're the masters of their own device. And they outsell people that try to put games on all platforms and they're only having it on one. I'm telling you, man, just think about it. I'm just calling it like it is, and these ponies can't handle it, and whoever else can't handle it. Because at the end of the day, as long as I'm getting these top quality games consistently, hey, I'm not going nowhere, because that's what it's about. It's about good video games. That's the point of gaming. As long as they don't get too ridiculous and too anti-consumer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. It's another pony call out episode. Also, you know, a fun one. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day. PMP. Sit your punk ass down. That's all I'm gonna say. We got some more self-farming videos too, because there's some other people getting out of line, but that's separate from this situation, and I need, you know, a different time with that. Later, y'all. Ponies, sit down again. That's right. Enjoy that music. You got about 5 seconds.